Hey everybody, welcome back to Team Stitch and Scents. I'm going to start a video series that I kind of wanted to work on, and today's video is going to be what can direct sales do for me. I know that especially I think in the US, I'm not sure about Canada or Mexico. Australia seems to have a better grasp on direct sales, but in the US it seems like most people don't look at it as a real job. People look at direct sales as like, oh, that's just that little hobby thing that she's doing or he's doing, and it's not something that you can really make any money on. And if you do, it's people that signed up in the beginning and they stuck it out and they were able to build something. Well, maybe in some companies that's true. I don't know. I can't speak from experience from all companies. I can only speak from experience of what I know. And I can tell you with Scentsy Family, it's not true. That is not the way it is. For me, you know, everybody knows, and I've told my story over and over, that when I signed up, I did not sign up to start a career with Scentsy. I signed up because I wanted a discount. I fully admit it. I did not want to build a team, or didn't plan to anyway. And things started happening because Scentsy Family is so different than other direct sales companies. So I want to say that right up front. But it's just crazy because, like I said, in the US, it seems like direct sales companies kind of have this thing about them where they're not real businesses, and they are. And I can tell you let me think here, my brain just clicked off. From the point of the IRS, it's a real business because they let you do the deductions. They expect you to claim it. So, it is a real business. And you can really make money at it. It's not one of those pyramid schemes or anything like that. Now, I'm not saying all companies are like this. Again, this is something that I'm just going to say from my experience, in that I'm talking about Scentsy. I'm not talking about other companies. And for me, Scentsy is a real deal company. It really is a real business, and you can actually make some real money at it. I found that out fairly early on. Now, like any business, you need to show up. If you don't go into work, if you just for a couple weeks in a row here, just I don't feel like it, you're not going to have a job. You're not going to get paid. And I think that's a lot of the problem with people in direct sales, is they don't realize that you need to show up. You need to put the effort forth, because if you don't, you're not going to get paid. It's as simple as that, really. So if you want to do a direct sales business, you need to put the effort forth. Now, most cases you don't have to put in nearly the hours that you do at a regular job, and your payout is going to be much, much greater. But you still have to put that time in. And I think that's the biggest problem with people giving up and not thinking that direct sales is an actual business. It is, but like a business, again, I'm going to say it, you have to put that time in. And if you do not, you are not going to receive the benefits. You might get some, but it's going to be very limited, and it will not last. And I'm going to say right now, if you're hearing little sheeping in the background, we had the one parakeet that I got. Then I got a call that somebody needed some parakeets to be taken in, and I ended up rescuing 3 more. So we have 4 now, plus Suri, who is sitting there very quietly, which is nice of her. So with 4 parakeets and a severe macaw, it gets a little noisy in here. So I apologize if it gets a little loud. I've got the parakeets covered, so they're a little quieter. But anyway, let's move on. Okay, so direct sales. Is this the right thing for you? Now, I think a lot of people just assume with direct sales, they're like, well, I need more time. I need this. I mean, there's so many excuses why not to do it. The people will talk themselves out of it. And again, I'm going to speak from the perspective of Scentsy, not anything else, because I really want you to obviously understand that Scentsy is what I'm understanding, and other companies, they might be just as great. I don't know, but I'm going to speak from the Scentsy perspective. With Scentsy, joining is very, very reasonable. I mean, $99 for Scentsy, $99 for Velada, or $199 for Grace Adele. And Grace Adele does now have like this uber huge kit that you can get for $4.99 that if you want to do it and you want to go all in, it's an amazing deal. But not everybody has $4.99 laying around. And I get that. Sometimes $99 is hard to come up with. But I can tell you that with that $99, you're going to have everything you need for your first several parties. You will be set. Now with Scentsy again, you can do your own parties. You do not have to have other people do them for you. And I know there's companies out there that do not allow their consultants to have their own parties, which I think is ridiculous, but hey, whatever, that they have their own reasoning. Scentsy says, hey, go for it. They encourage it. So when you sign up with Scentsy, do your own launch party and build off of that, which is really nice. You don't have to contact your friends and try to get, 5, 6 parties lined up beforehand. You really can just sign up and not have to worry about that, and then get working from there. Now, as far as direct sales go, again, I'm going to remind you, this is a real business if you treat it like a real business. This is the main thing I tell people. If you want to make the money, you have to treat it like a real business. Who is direct sales good for? Really, just about anybody. And I'm not just saying that because, oh, I want you to join my team or whatever. It really is. If you are a young mom and you're home with the kids, this could be your way to get out of the house some. I remember those days when my kids were young and I was stuck at home all day with them, and I can tell you by the time hubby came home at night, I wanted to get out and do something else and talk to people and not be just surrounded by kids stuff. So that is definitely, if you're young mom and or dad and you want to get out of the house a night or two a week, even a night or two a month, you can absolutely run a direct sales business and do it well. The nice thing about those with young children or children in school, you have a whole area of customer base that you can deal with. For those of us that are out of that and our kids are grown and they're not in school anymore, we don't have any grandkids that we're going into the school district or anything, it's actually a lot harder to find new customers because of that fact. You guys have a lot more connections than those of us that don't have children that are young or in the school district or involved in activities. Now, let's just say you're a professional, you don't have any kids, you're not married. Again, it's another way just to get out of the house and do something different. I know many people that do different, that are direct sales, that not even necessarily with Scentsy, but they just do it for themselves. So they can go out and have some fun because they enjoy doing parties. Now, if you don't really like doing parties and don't want to be doing, there's lots of ways you can do direct sales without parties, and we'll talk about that in another video. But if you are middle age, your kids are, getting grown and they're in high school or whatever, and they're kind of doing their own thing, another thing, it's really great because, again, you can get some time for you and meet other people. And I think that's probably been the most fun thing for me, is meeting new people and making new friends all over the place. It's really actually kind of fun that way. Now, if you're older, like me, well, I'm not that old, but when you're in that age group where your kids are out of the house maybe for a few years and stuff, again, I found really for me, I also have my own business of digitizing, and I found I was sitting at my desk all day and not doing anything. It was just work, work, work. And this gets me out of the house, and I enjoy doing it. And, again, meet new people. Now, some people think, oh, I'm retired, I don't need. That is probably one of the biggest false statements, is that if you're retired, you can't do this. I have people on my team that are in their 70s. I know superstar directors that were retired and started up and did really well. And again, you can pick your own hours. You don't have to do this 24/7. And that's a lot of people think, either I'm all in and I got to be doing 40, 60, 80 hours a week, or I don't do anything. No, there is a happy medium. And it is really nice for people that if they want to, you know, have some kind of income after they're retired or just to do something. So really, it is really available for any age group. It really is. The only thing is you have to be at least 18 to sign up. You have to be an adult and be able to legally sign a contract. Otherwise, you're good to go. And I know a lot of people that just, you know, again, there's just that whole thing where people don't think it's real business. And I really am trying to educate people that that is not true. This is a real business, and it can be as much or as little as you want it to be. If you're not ready to grow a team and be a superstar director, you don't have to. You really don't. If you just want to have a little bit of extra money for yourself, make a car payment or whatever, that's great. But if you really want to reach for those stars and go for it, it is possible. It still is very, very possible with Scentsy, Velada, and Grace Adele. There's so much room for expansion and growth. And for people that think that this business is so oversaturated, you are far from right on that one. I meet people all the time that have no idea what Scentsy is. And there's a lot of enough people in my town that sell Scentsy, so we have a small town too. So believe me, this is just crazy that you hear this. So really take direct sales seriously because it is a serious business as long as you treat it as such. And I know that maybe this will maybe open your eyes for some of you, but if you're really wanting to make something of this, sit down and just set some time aside that this is the time you're going to work on it and get yourself a schedule going, whatever you need to do. But really understand that you can make this an amazing business and you can make some serious money on it if you really want to. So I'm going to leave you with that, and I hope that you all got a little bit of something out of this. And if you have any questions, please just message me. I'm always available if you have a question or concern, whatever. Again, if you're thinking, wow, you know what, maybe this is something for me, please feel free to join my team. I would love to have you on board. We've been growing like crazy lately, and it's been really exciting. So if you have any questions, I'm here. Until next time.